Gives them enough food for the next month. It's making an incredible impact. The world is busy in turmoil. We're able to
I have a bunch of right.
You made it.
There was also this lawnmower. It didn't keep off and left. Hang out right there.
Hey guys, have a great time on the tour of the mighty ECA. Have fun. Thank you guys for coming out. All right. Welcome aboard. Watch your step. Welcome aboard, sir. Welcome aboard, man. Watch your step. Step up there. Welcome aboard, sir. Right here. Good. That's the best we can do today. This light.
Thank you very much.
Come on in. Come on in. This is a picture of the cockpit of the DC-8. As you, those of you that are aircraft enthusiasts know, we've come a long way since 1968. This aircraft was actually born to got its airworthiness certificate on December 24th, 1968. It flew a number of years, and then in about 2013, it was put in the airplane graveyard of Roswell, New Mexico. And we discovered it, rebuilt it from the bottom up, and in 2016, its first mission flew to Ecuador. Since then, we've flown over 200 missions with the mighty DC-8. What's amazing about this aircraft, it can hold 74,000 pounds of cargo and 32 passengers in the back. So it's a combination aircraft. It can also fly 7,000 nautical miles without refueling. Not super efficient as far as fuel goes. The new 767, which we'll be replacing this with, will go 3 times that distance on the same amount of fuel. So this does have the capability of going some long distance to within our power horse for a number of years, going into countries around the world. So we operate in some capacity in 170 different countries at any given time, not all at the same time. We've operated in 170 different countries, either through our humanitarian efforts or through our Operation Christmas Job, which I'll explain to you about. I've been talking for a couple of days.
I get it.
What you're standing on are cookie sheets, and these are designed for 4 pallets each. So we can put 4 pallets, slide it to the back, and load this aircraft pretty quick. Usually within 24 hours, we have got the aircraft loaded and the crew in the back. So the crew depends on what the cargo is, right? So if we have medical supplies, field hospitals, we're going to have medical personnel in the back. If it's humanitarian aid, we're going to have people that can distribute that humanitarian aid and set up the initial operation. So this is our initial response, and then we follow the crews that will come in behind to help support it. So as we walk through the bed, we'll show you some sampling, but just make sure you don't trip. Watch your all the way down. Good morning. Folks, this is one of our amazing pilots. Good morning.
Good morning. Stay low. There you go. Stay low there. Hello. Stay low. Welcome. Hello. Hi. How are you? Hi, folks. Welcome. Hi. How are you? Hi, folks. Welcome. Thanks for coming and checking us out. Good show. One step on the way out.
Welcome.
Hi, folks. Morning.
How's everybody doing?
Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Bruce. This is my colleague Josh. We are with the Samaritans Purse Water Sanitation and Hygiene Group. What that means is that we go to disaster areas to provide people with clean water. The way we do that is we take one of these filtering systems that comes on the DC-8, and we take it off the plane, and then we take it where it needs to be. Now, once it's there, we use as a fresh water source. We can take in water, river, stream, lake, pond, pretty much anything, and we can filter it. We can filter about 20 gallons a minute. It's about 10,000 gallons a day, and that will support 16,000 people in a disaster recovery environment. We can also use salt water as a source. So seawater, brackish water, about 7 gallons a minute, about 7,000 people a day in that context. So it's a way that we can provide them. We go in, we show them, to help them. Because one of the things that if you've experienced a disaster, one of the worst feelings is loss, clearly. But the other thing is does anybody know? Does anybody care? And so showing up, number one, is huge. Showing up with supplies like y'all do, or with fresh water like we do, it just really ministers to people. And that's why we go. We want them to know God loves them, and that we're here to minister to them. So once we have the water produced, we put it in these elevated platters on these tank stands. Okay, we plumb it up to a tap stand. We provide these 2.5 gallon jerry cans. About you to me, I think the jerry cans, metal system, really is cheap, right? That's limited. So, anyways, we call them a jerry can, and so they can take that water and carry it over to their homes. It also allows for access outside of hours. We usually run these about 10 hours a day. After that, us operators are kind of like, we're done. Because there's a generator and it's a little bit on the loud side. So people can come and get water anytime, day or night. So many places, like when I've been in Grenada, we fill this up, about 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and then by the time we come back at 8 o'clock, it's empty. That is 500 gallons of water. That's what we do. Any questions about that? No? Alrighty. Well, thank you. Appreciate your time. Let me lead you over here to our nurses in the emergency field hospital. They can give you an idea of what we do there.
This is operations take time on like
You guys enjoy the DC-8?
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, right? Yeah, did you get some good pictures? Yeah. Let's start emergency field hospital. So this is kind of set up like an emergency room tent that we would bring to the field. We can scale up or down our hospital depending on need. So as you can see, kind of like in this footage here, this is our largest setup, and it'll span out a bit. Actually, not that one, but there's a couple pictures, about 30 or tents or so. That's considered our largest. It sits on about an acre of land, and that one will include usually a couple ORs, enough tents to have about 100 inpatients, and a big ER. Much bigger than this. This would be just maybe a triage area. And then we would have an x-ray machine, as you can see, pharmacy, laboratory. We can do a lot with our field hospital. It's really impressive. We can also scale way down if we need to. We can only bring a limited amount of things, or if the need is much smaller, the response is smaller, then we can scale down. It's very customizable. Everything is very compactable. We can squish it all together, and we can be able to fit what we can on the DC-8. We take up to 3 loads of the DC-8 to bring our largest hospital. And in Myanmar, for example, we brought our biggest hospital. We saw about 5,600 patients in a month. So it's very, very busy there. We brought our surgeons and everything. So that's about it. We do have a couple pilots, or at least one pilot outside, our flight crew that can answer some questions about the BCA if you'd like. And then there's some other Samaritans Purse folks if you have any questions about what we do and when we deploy. All right? Thanks for coming through. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Have some food and water.
Good job. You're a good job.
I'm 182 and I have
This has caused significant needs.
places in the world, and then when we're there, we meet their emergency needs in the name of Jesus. The plane is called a DCA. We built it.